WoW is a game that is better with friends, such as all of you. So tell me, do you know this story? You get a friend, someone who hasn't played WoW with you, or maybe they took a break and they want to come back, and you're like, awesome, we really need a healer. Just play for the next 4 or 5 weeks, get some gear, and then you can finally raid with us. And the dude's like, okay, I'm in. It is awesome that all of you, I'm assuming everyone in this room has a max level character, and a lot of you probably have many max level characters. But we want to make sure all your friends do too. We want to make sure as soon as Warlords of Draenor comes out, all of you can get in and jump right into the action without having to go back to Burning Crusade or Lich King and play catch-up for weeks and weeks. So, when you purchase Warlords of Draenor, you get to boost one of your characters to level 90. For some of you, this may be a character that never quite made it. For a lot of you, this is going to be, you just got a brand new level 90 alt. If you've ever experienced what we do with Scroll of Resurrection, we want this transition to be really clean. We don't want you to have a lot of, Fell Iron or some quest in Grizzly Hills that's half completed. So we'll clean up your bags, we'll clean up your quest log and your action bar. We're not going to take anything away from you. It'll all be there. We just want to make the experience really seamless. You can jump right in and start having fun in the Return to the Dark Portal adventure. Inventory updates. So we've introduced this concept you guys are familiar with of collections. Currently we have pets and mounts that are collected. What this means is you earn it once and it's account wide and you can use it on any of your characters across realm and things like that. So what are we going to add to pets and mounts? We're going to add So this is your new heirloom UI. Anything you want is stored here. All of the icons that are grayed out, just with the pet journal, will give you information about where to acquire it, so you don't have to try to remember, was it some vendor in Stormwind, or was it a rare drop, or something like that. All the information is there. And again, this is cross-realm on any character, so you don't have to worry, who had my heirloom? Was it that one dude? I can't find it. Everything's here when you need it. We know, it's time. You've earned it. It's really account-wide. And then this is the toy box. It works similarly. You can see a couple of the toys up at the top are starred. We've also added a mount journal that also has starred favorites, including a button that's like summon random favorite mount. Your bags are still a mess, even with all the heirlooms and toys taken out of them. So what can we do about that? We don't think big bags is the answer. It takes forever to find stuff in it as it is. Instead, we're just trying to organize it a little better. These are a lot of requests we've gotten over the years, and we're finally able to deliver on some of it. So there's a lot of information on this screen. The first thing is you can assign each bag a particular type of inventory. So you can say, I only want consumables to fill up this bag to help you find your stuff better. Secondly, you'll see the white icons indicate new items that have gone into your bag since you last opened them, so you can find that new stuff pretty easily. And then we also highlight the different quality of the items. You can see some of the rare and epic items have their appropriate blue or purple outlines around them. And then finally, the bag that has all the gold icons shows you quickly at a glance that that's vendor trash that you can safely get rid of. And in addition, we're not going to put quest items in your bags at all. We'll just store these items right on the quest UI so you can see them. If there's a clickable item, it'll be there. And again, hopefully, we may give you bags that are slightly larger, but overall, it should be a much better experience, and you'll spend more time killing orcs and less time organizing stuff.
You didn't mean that, orcs. It wasn't personal.
The bad orcs. And then finally, we're just going to allow you to craft directly from your bank. So if you have resources there, you can just access them right away without so much mailing. We're also going to increase the stack size on a lot of these things up to 100, so you'll get a little bit more of your bag space back. What is the adventure guide? Now, I know all of you out there are masters of World of Warcraft. You never have any questions about where to go or what to do next. But we know that's not true of everyone out there. So the adventure guide is really designed, particularly when a new patch comes out with new content, and you're like, am I supposed to finish doing the current stuff, or am I supposed to jump right away? Blizzard, tell me what to do. So the adventure guide is a path to gear upgrades. It shows you the new content that's out and what might be appropriate to you. And most importantly, it's customized for your character individually. So this happy little gnome here, we've identified, plays a lot of PvP. So if you can imagine, when the Siege of Orgrimmar patch came out, we would tell them, hey, Deepwind Gorge is out, that's something you want to try. And we noticed that you're rank 7 in the Brawlers Guild, so maybe you want to go to rank 8. Along the bottom, we also show you, based on your current gear, the kind of raid content that we think you're ready for. And then this is a more PvE-focused player. One of the things to point out is that we mentioned the Sky Golem specifically because we know you're an engineer. So we can customize all of this for your character. If you haven't played a dude in a while and you come back in, you can kind of figure out what you're supposed to do next. Level 100 talents. We can't count, so we gave them to you 5 levels early. You can go play Frostfire or Shadow Moon today at BlizzCon. I doubt you'll reach level 100 in 15 minutes, but I know you guys are pros. You'll still be able to open up your talent tree and see these new talents. These are fairly early designs, but they're not just standard. We're taking them seriously, so feedback is appreciated. One thing to note is we're going to start splitting out the tooltips of talents a little more by spec. Particularly classes like Druid and Priest have these pretty wordy tooltips that say, if you're Shadow, it really does this. If you're Holy, it really does this. So I'm just adding that as a caveat because some of the tooltips you'll see at BlizzCon are quite long. You're welcome. All right, Ian will now talk to you about our incredible Dungeons and Raids.
All right, well, it wouldn't be a new expansion without some new Dungeon and Raid content, so of course we've got some of that. We're really happy with the overall amount of multiplayer group content that was in Mists of Pandaria, though we've heard you guys, we could probably have used some more patch dungeons, something we're still thinking about looking to do. Hear you on that one. Well, let's jump right into this. So dungeons. We're going to have 7 new dungeons available at launch in Warlords of Draenor. 4 of these will be available as you level up, 3 exclusively at max level. And you may see that last bullet point there. So we always look to see, if it makes sense with the story that we're telling, where the expansion's going as a whole. It's great to have this opportunity to revisit old favorites, old classic dungeons, update them the way we've done with places like Dead Mines or Scalamance or Scarlet Monastery. And given the central importance of the Blackrock clan to the Iron Horde and their plans, this felt like a great time to revisit Upper Blackrock Spire. So that's going to be overhauled, and it will be a new dungeon available at level up as well as max level. And you can see what's going on there. There are some interesting things. We're going to have normal, heroic, and challenge difficulties of all these dungeons. One slight difference between this and Mists of Pandaria is that we will have normal versions of the max level dungeons to really flesh out a full tier of itemization and progression to help you get ready for some maybe more challenging heroic dungeons. So between these max level normal dungeons and scenarios, you can be prepared. And we're happy with how challenge modes have worked out in Mist, so we're continuing to do them to provide some really challenging multiplayer group content for people who want to push themselves in dungeons. So, one dungeon, let's take a close look at this. The Bloodmaw Slag Mines. It's located in Frostfire Ridge, and the Bloodmaw Ogres are just running this brutal mining operation inside pretty much an active volcano. It's a 4-boss dungeon with a non-linear layout, so you can kind of work your way through as you choose, though the final boss will be the final boss regardless. What's going on here is ogres that are, putting Frostbolt orcs, putting Draenei hard to work in this volcano.